We need to talk, Tarsul. You can't ignore me forever.
Stop yelling.
What?
I said stop yelling.
I'm going to keep yelling until you get over yourself and open your damn comms.
Ship, open up comms with Alyss.
Understood. A communication channel is open.
Hello.
Finally.
You know, I could hear you just fine without the yelling, right? The pods being next to each other was enough, unfortunately.
It's a two-way street, Captain.
Just Tarsul. No need to pretend anyone considers me at all in charge anymore.
Tarsul, then.
I see you've decided to join me in the brig, or airlock.
Airlocks have a long history of being used as brigs.
It's not enough that you sabotage my flight and get us emergency landed in the middle of nowhere. Now you can't even give me peace and quiet in the brig.
I didn't... You like being alone?
You've never met a groupless Gnonu before, have you?
I have.
Come on, out with it. What did you want so desperately to discuss that you rolled over and crashed into my pod?
Tarsul, I think you and I have some things in common. We both knew that this place was the Tracer homeworld. We both want to make sure no one else ever finds it. And I'm pretty sure we're both willing to die for that. Tarsul?
Have you been listening to it?
Excuse me?
The rogue. It's been speaking to us. Have you been listening to it?
Ground control, send me down. I'm lost up here and I can't be found. Ground control, are you there? The voice in my head, it fills the dead air. Says, you've got time, you've got time. You've got time, you've got time.
ROGUEMAKER, a science fiction podcast. Episode 7, Only Dark Listening to Dark.
Kuzha, come in.
I read you, Trip.
Just doing my check-in. Nothing yet. How's it going on your...
Copy. Talk again next check-in. Kuzha out.
And... oh... rude. It's so cold, even with this suit. I need to keep moving and talking, to stay on task and... oh, yeah, computer, record. Like Pascal said, this place is an unprecedented scientific discovery. I'm sure we'll want it on record. Productivity always makes me feel better. I never thought the first planet I'd walk on, while old enough to remember doing so, would be a dead one. It's actually not so different than a spacewalk at EE. The dark and icy ground is new, and the buried infrastructure, but the stars are similar. Hell, I'm even used to a huge gas giant taking up half the view. Pascal studies the one orbiting Epsilon Eridani. On the other hand, if I were to look up at an endless bright blue sky with absolutely nothing between my face and it, now that might make me dizzy. Ow? Hello? Pascal? Kuzha? Excuse me, who is this?
Look, 2, you're wrong. Down the slope.
I repeat, who is this?
Look down here.
Pascal? Come in. Pascal?
Look down.
No, I'm trying to reach my spouse.
Look down.
Okay, fine. I'm looking down. The ice slopes downhill to the left. It looks steep.
Go.
I don't see any grips, and I'm not stupid enough to follow the instructions of some sort of... What is that? It looks like there's no ice down there.
Go.
Okay. Mysterious voices. If you make me the cat that curiosity killed... Oh... Stars. Oh, the record. Right. Well... I don't know what John and the other skippers get up to on this rogue, but I don't see why a drug ring would involve advanced mining equipment. I'm in sort of an open area between a few structures, and the ice is precisely cut. Machine cut. Down to the regolith. There's an open shaft that's deep enough to swallow my headlamp beam entirely. It looks like a standard mining core sample. A familiar human organonu mining core sample. And there, yeah, the magnetic rake and the... I don't know what that piece of equipment is called. But all of the equipment has the eccentric logo on the side.
Do we really need to take a core sample? This rogue is covered in tracer tech. Surely that's where the real money is, not in its rocks.
Still got a catalog of conferred reserves, same as always. Honestly, the rocks are the only thing here low-tech enough for me to have a hope of understanding. I don't know about...
Can't wait to tell my daughter all about this when I get
Oh,
home.
I'm definitely buying you a drink tonight when we get back up to the Phalanx.
Retirement right after
Imagine what we could do with all of this. Imagine what we could
Phalanx.
Imagine.
The others need to know about this. Pascal! Come in, Pascal! Oh no. Why is the ground glowing again?
Hey, Nogo. Are you, cleaning John's ship for them?
No, I'm on a rescue mission. John said they thought they remembered buying some earth succulents a while back. I figured I may as well look for them while we wait for the fuel. If there's a snowflake's chance in the day they are not dead.
Yeesh. Does John, really want us looking around in here?
When has that ever stopped you, kid?
I'll help. I wasn't, lying to be nice. That About Gardens music actually wasn't surfaced garbage.
Well, I was bending the truth. They've got talent, sure. But those lyrics were very melodramatic.
I liked them.
Oh, of course you did, kid. To each their own.
I had my doubts, but I really might actually ask Yeow and Lowkey if I can, use some of their stuff in my vids.
Look at you, networking in a crisis.
You're looking for plants in a crisis.
Bao always used to say, just because the world's on fire, we don't stop needing to pee.
What?
It was very helpful advice when I was working on my thesis.
You talk about this Bao, a lot.
He's been on my mind.
Do you want to tell me about him?
You know what? Yeah, I think it would be good for you to hear this. Professor Balbat Maiza was my thesis advisor in graduate school at Barnard Star University about 20 Earth years ago.
But you're really...
Sometimes people do PhDs later in life, kid. Anyway, Bao was brilliant. In grad school, your relationship with your advisor is make or break. And he was supportive and funny, and let me do my own thing when I needed to. But he always knew when to step in when I'd gotten stuck in a dead-end tunnel with my research.
And he was apparently, ridiculously quotable.
He wasn't shy about sharing his wisdom. But something happened. Once, when I was nearly done with my work, just about to finish my degree and leave Barnard's star into the big, wide galaxy, I stepped into his office and I thought he was sleeping. He looked so peaceful in his chair, slumped over the desk. Then I saw the pool of blood slowly leaking out over the desk. And I realized what I was looking at.
Oh, stars. No-go.
Before the emergency team got there, I noticed his computer was still up, as if he'd just been working. Everything was the same. It was all there, except his current project folder was deleted.
Shit! What had he been working on?
I didn't know the details. If I did, I'm not sure I'd still be alive. But I know he'd been arguing with some coal representatives about making his work more publicly accessible. They really wanted it under wraps for some reason.
So he got in trouble with the Coes?
Yes.
And you think they killed him?
I can't think of anyone else with anything against Bao. He wasn't the type to antagonize anyone. Even the faculty who got passed over for tenure in favor of him didn't hold a grudge.
Did you ever positively ID his killer? Take them to court?
Oh, if you think I'd go up against them after that. No. But the experience sure taught me to be careful. To not get tangled up with Coes. To stay far, far away. For my own health.
But, dude, you're like an illegal plant smuggler.
Kid, that's the sort of illegal that gets you noticed by the Coes. And the sort that they don't care about. You always gotta ask yourself what's what. Being a botanist doesn't pay much if you don't take coal contracts. So I sell to other customers.
Oh, right. I still can't believe my mom is one of your customers.
And I still can't believe some bratty kid stowed away and made me take them to Taunt and tricked me into some free babysitting.
You know you love me, Nago. I'm really sorry about your advisor. I can see how you carry that with you.
The last thing I want to do is meet his end. We've got to be very, very careful. We're already deep in something here. Something dangerous.
Yeah, I feel it too. Hey, are these the succulents?
They were.
Nearly there. Nearly there. 50 meters to what the scanners picked up. Don't panic. We learned our best method of flight propulsion from the tracers. Of course, there'll be a compatible iridium core somewhere here. The ice just glowed. Why is the ice glowing? Could we have set something off? No, that doesn't make any sense. If John didn't set anything off by landing here, I wouldn't set anything off just by walking around. Trip, come in. Trip, come in.
It's hopeless.
It's
hopeless. Look up.
No, I want Trip. Come in, Trip. Shut up.
Up.
Up. No, I can't do this again. I can't have nothing but the radio again. At least last time what I played was mildly entertaining rather than threatening me.
Up.
What? I am looking up. There's stars and there's a gas giant exactly as there should be, and what I'm supposed to be looking for is on the ground.
Why are you showing me the gas giant report? The interesting stuff's on the tracer world. I couldn't care less.
We're getting gravitational and temperature anomalies that don't check out for a world of its mass and location.
That's the density reading. And yet, instruments are saying it's hollow inside.
That's no gas giant.
Machine? But it's like a Jupiter mass gas giant. But I knew its storms were too active for a rogue. The temperature's too high. Who could build something like... No. Snap out of it. Kuzha was right. Eyes on the ground. No time for tracer tech. No time for great big machines in the sky. And you're smarter than to trust voices that may be... hallucinations. That's not important. It's not important. What is important is getting the iridium so we can get out of here, and I can ask Trip. And I can ask Trip if he'll move to Earth with me. I've never said that out loud before. Iridium. Trip. Earth. That's all. That's all that's important. It should be just over this... Oh, yes! There it is! Oh, we're gonna be... No, I shouldn't say that. I can't jinx it. But I can say that... Oh, Iridium has never looked so good.
Whoa, sit down.
I don't want to sit down. The Tracers spoke to us with our own song.
You're pacing.
From another dimension! Another dimension, Lowkey.
There's not even, room to pace here. You never cease to amaze me.
It helps me think.
No, it's just stressing you out.
I'm not stressed. Do you think they understand our languages? They have to, right? They have to have known what they sent us, right?
Your aura's gone all sharp, my friend. You're stressed, and I don't think it's just the Tracers.
But...
Come, sit down, and breathe, and remember there's a whole universe out there for you beyond all this.
We'd be on stage so soon, Lowkey. So soon. But we're never gonna make it to Sirius in time now. I keep thinking about what's happening right now over there. The stage will be all set up, bigger than anything we've ever performed on. The crowd is streaming in right about now, and Sirius is burning bright through the ceiling dome. If we were there, we'd be backstage, and you would be putting the final touches on your hair swoop and telling me about...
And you'd be finally realizing, just a minute before our performance, that I was right, and we should open with Super Casanova.
Stars, I'd like to be opening with anything right now.
It's not your fault.
It is my fault. I could have bought any other tickets. And now I feel guilty for even feeling upset about this because clearly we've gotten ourselves involved in something so much more important here on this dumb rogue than playing at a dumb concert.
You take that back. Sirius Revel 6 isn't dumb. It's, well, serious.
Not as serious as whatever's going on here. Ugh, and we're so close to the Tracers, too. If only I'd brought my crystals, then I could reach out to them in their dimension. Since we're in a physical place, they're tethered to...
Whoa. Come on, bring it in. You need a hug. It's okay. Take some deep breaths. You're doing your zoning out thing. You're focusing on everything but the here and now, and you're looking for people and things to blame. Yelling at past woe isn't gonna do us any good. We need present woe and their big brain thinking of what we can do now to help each other and the people around us, not a few light years away at Sirius. I need you.
But...
I don't see what your butt has to do with this.
Lowkey, you realize whenever you make a pun in your language, it just comes through my ling chip as a non sequitur.
Look, your focus is a strength. It lets you combine disparate elements to compose the most incredible music. But right now, we gotta exist in the present, right?
Right.
I mean, there's so much opportunity for inspiration around us right now. I mean, there's spies, fights, mysteries, rogue walking, skippers, the tracers. We're gonna find our next song here, I know it.
If we ever make it out of here to write our next song...
We will. We will. It's gonna be okay. And Serious Revel 7 isn't gonna know what hit him.
Copy. Talk again next check-in. Kuzha out. Oh, was that too much? That was too much, certainly. A lot of what I have done has been too much. But this bunch of surfaced idiots is also too much. I mean, seriously, from the captain blocking our distress signal to Alyss smashing the tight beam comms to that pretentious stowaway the crew failed to even notice was on board until an emergency happened, to the ridiculous bandmates, to John. You would think we would have all managed to off ourselves somehow by now. It's almost like they are trying to get us all killed. Stupid. They won't be able to stop us anyway. The joint government knows about this place, and these idiot actors must know the joint government is more than just me. Alyss and John are just desperate people, clawing at whatever is available to hang on to their precious illegal monopoly on this place. Smugglers like them are better than Co's, I will give them that, but only by a little. I cannot wait to be back with my group mates, where people are sane and reasonable. At least Trip and Pascal here seem to know which way the winds blow. Okay, good. I can see the lay of the land from up here. That structure might have what I need. It looks visually similar to the command structures I've seen before at Traces, and I am seeing lots of heavy metals on the scanner. Oh, what a mess. Observe and report. Space me. I should have just arrested Alyss on the spot before Plutonic 999 even took off. Lumph knows we had enough on her already, but I waited because she was not talking to Tarsul during the flight, and I needed more information and a million other excuses. Now we are all in this mess because I was too uncertain to make my move. The Co's never wait for more information. They hacked fast, and that is why they keep winning. Well, not anymore. I will have no hesitation. Whatever needs doing, I will do it myself, even though no one will thank me later. No. When my job is done well, no one even knows I have done anything. That is what I signed up for. I do not need praise. No more waiting. I just hope I haven't waited too long already. This ice is too thick to saw. A few times charges should get me inside. Space explosions are so boring. Where's a good atmosphere to conduct sound when you need one? Oh, this is perfect. It looks just like a Tracer command center. Of course, I do not want to sound like that person who pretends to understand how micro-black hole technology works just from having held a juke plug. A lot of these consoles are unfamiliar. And top scientists don't even understand what half the familiar ones do. But I can certainly build a transmitter here. I just have to be careful. Okay. Alright. Capacitors, resistors, and then, conductive material. This will do as a battery. Then connect it to my juke plug. This will be stronger than the one Trip was trying to instruct me toward back in the pod. Oh. Is the chute plug still working? Yes, that is evaporation coming off the micro-black hole. Oh, stars, what do I tell my superiors exactly? How do I even begin to explain this? Oh, Lump, it's not time for the next check-in yet.
Hello.
Hello?
You need
Do
this.
You are not Trip or Pascal.
Need to know.
Who are you and how are you on this frequency? The transmitter is not even switched on yet.
Need to know.
What do I need to know?
There we go.
Ah!
This is Captain Amancio Carpenter of the eccentric Phalanx. Today, October 12, 2592. Holy fucking hell, we did it! You'll forgive my profanity, Mr. Matthew, sir. It comes from a place of joy that I think you'll be joining me in real soon. I'll be thrilled to present the data to you in person. But for now, I'm recording this quick note to send your way just as soon as we can figure out how to circumvent the star-forsaken interference here. Where is here, you ask? Well, hold on to your seat, Mr. Matthew, because right now, we are in orbit of a rogue planet that appears to be the homeworld of the Tracers. I'm saying appears the same way people say allegedly until the trial's done, even when they know the bastard did it. But it's the Tracer homeworld, sir. Clear as day. I have survey teams on the surface as I speak, and the cities are intact and full of tech I'm sure our scientists can't wait to get their hands on. Given the entire industries that were sparked by the discovery from traces of the iridium-based light flight fuel, I'm sure you don't need me to do the math for you on the kind of profits this will bring in for eccentric, sir. As if that wasn't already the news of the century, the universe is really in our corner today. The Tracer world is orbiting another rogue, a gas giant. At first, we thought it was perfectly ordinary, but the survey team quickly reported anomalous readings.
What?
It's become clear that this gas giant isn't a natural planet. It's artificially constructed by the Tracers from the looks of things. It's a machine with the capability of moving entire planets, ejecting whole worlds from their systems. System forming. This thing can make planets into rogues. We're calling it the ROGUEMAKER. Whether it was meant as a tool or weapon or what, I don't know and I don't care. That's one for the eggheads to debate. The working theory is that the ROGUEMAKER was used on their homeworld, and that the traced world we found before might have been test runs. And no, nobody's home on either world. No signs of life. Not that it would matter, because where rogues are concerned, there are no pesky J-Gov laws to worry about. It's finders keepers, and I think there are about to be a whole lot of weepers as this free mega machine launches us right to the top of the galactic food chain. Why are you interrupting me, Ollie? The engineer has flagged anomalies in the engine room 5 times this week. I swear, if I have to re-record all this for nothing, I'm going to have you eat that in space!
Oh, of course. Tarsul, the sole survivor of the Phalanx, so-called miracle. Of course, they were here before. They are all a step ahead. They were always a step ahead. If that gas giant really is a planet-killing machine, and eccentric heavy industries came that close to having it, we cannot risk that. The joint government has to have it. We have to have it now.
Use it.
Is that a question or a demand? Yes, I want to use it, to keep it safe. Can you tell me how, since you know so much?
Use it.
The button just lit up. Did you just light up that button?
Use it.
By pressing that button, you mean? Isn't there a manual that I can read? Who even are you? Can I trust you? How do you know this? How do you have old recordings from the Phalanx?
Use it.
Surface Tel This is why you always lose. Not this time. There. I pressed the button. Did that grant me? Whoa.
Nalska, basic. The fart files, adoption papers, Olge. Martin the Vampire? Stars. John's music library has the worst vibes. But I still can't pick anything up on the radio except...
All your favorite rowers, like Beckett,
Rafflecopter, LMAO,
Ashton,
Dean Lift,
and Trent.
My dad's gonna hear about this.
Are back and ready to get on the water.
What is that horrific smell? Hey, are y'all trying to cook something nasty in the galley? Oh, my stars, no-go. What is that plant? That huge, weird, hairy plant?
It's my starfish flower. I'm watering it.
You brought that thing with you?
Of course.
It smells like death.
It smells good to me.
It smells so bad. Can we cover it with a bag or something? Chasma, why are you slicing your hand across your throat like that?
It's one of my most prized possessions, and I will not put a bag over...
Seriously, let's throw it out the airlock.
I don't understand your problem. It's from Earth.
Are you saying all things from Earth smell bad?
Well...
I don't smell bad. My cologne smells like laundry detergent. Fresh linen, dude.
I'm just saying you ought to be more appreciative of the bounty of your planet's nature. I would have thought you, of all people, touting your band name of About Gardens, would appreciate that.
Gardens are supposed to be calming centers of rejuvenation, not gag-inducing nightmares.
Look at this marvelous star-shaped flower.
Don't.
Look at the bristles.
Get that thing out of my face. It'll prick me.
Starfish flowers don't have spines that can hurt you.
Why didn't it smell this bad on the light flight?
It hadn't bloomed yet.
Chasma, don't you think it smells horrible?
I'm staying out of this.
It reeks!
It's mine.
It smells wonderful.
We have to cut the flower.
You will not touch my plant.
It won't kill it. It'll just...
You will not touch my plant.
Shut up, you two. I hear something.
Cryovolcanoes are found on icy moons and are up to volatiles instead of lava.
These chemical compounds turn to solids immediately in the low temperatures.
Dr. Song, the Eidolons have trapped them, and we are the only ones left with a rescue ship.
Holy shit!
It's the tracers again!
To the cockpit!
Anything to get away from that plant.
Who is that?
Clearly they're communicating via several people, but I don't recognize the voices.
I thought the radio wasn't working.
It wasn't. It was only playing that Row 12 ad earlier.
Does anyone else feel like the Titan is shaking?
Yep.
Yeah, we are, definitely shaking.
Do abandoned rogues have geological activity?
Or cryovolcanoes? Does the radio, know what's happening?
Titan baby, who hurt you?
Good, you're awake. We haven't done anything to your ship, John. The alarm started going off, and this message is repeating.
Space there's an earthquake or something. This site's not safe anymore.
Can we take off?
That's not an option. Remember, Kuzha took the ignition key.
Kuzha and Trip and Pascal, they're all out there in this cryovolcano eruption?
I don't know if it is that. Chasma, you shouldn't just take everything you hear on the radio for truth.
Roko, you called me by my name.
Ugh, this is not the time for that. Chasma, focus. What does the Surface Dr. Songline mean?
Oh, I thought that was obvious. That's from the episode where the Eidolons fled Houston and Dr. Song and Hieronymus save people from the tops of buildings, and Quentin's there too, which really adds to the tension because Dr. Song is planning on asking...
So the Tracers are telling us to go rescue the three who are out rogue walking.
You don't know it's the Tracers.
Okay. So the mysterious prescient radio is telling us to go rescue the 3 who are out rogue walking.
Obviously.
You could have just said that.
Yeah, I got all that, but like I said, we can't rescue anybody without my keys, you know? Thanks to Kuzha, we might need to rescue ourselves from the space.
You need rescue, you say?
Malachi! Got sick of talking to ship?
A flight attendant can't ignore those alarms, Chasma. I brought someone who can help.
Alyss.
Everyone get out of the way. Someone give me a screwdriver and a wire stripper. John, get ready to rev the engine. We are gonna hotwire this baby. Move!
Are you there?
Thank you for listening to ROGUEMAKER. This episode, Only Dark Listening to Dark, was written by Emma Johanna Puranen and directed by Rook Mogavero and Emma Johanna Puranen. The script was edited by Rook Mogavero and Shione C. White. Sound editing was by Emma Johanna Puranen. Original music was composed by Emily Branham, who also sings our theme song. Our cover art is by Tatiana Arkdander. In order of appearance, this episode featured the voices of
Nhea Durousseau as Alyss Obelus,
Stephen Indrisano as Tarsul,
Emma Johanna Puranen as Ship,
Axandre OG as Valencio Triptych,
Liz Morey as Kuzha Tvask,
Rook Mogavero as Chasma Jump Cannon,
Samuel as Noko,
Bonnie Calderwood Aspinwall as Pascal Almagest,
Omar Camps-Kamrin as Lowkey Madigan,
Alexandra Rose DeAngelis as Wo Olum,
Sam Laporte as John Batalha,
and
Alistair Stewart as Malachi Tessera.
This episode also featured
Paul Hikari as Amancio Carpenter,
and
Jupiter Simpson as Hieronymus.
Additional transmissions were lent by Anonymous Backer, Elena Asensio, Rebecca B., Clara Brasseur, Olivia Cottle, Hannah Davison, Hayden Ezekiel Felix, Gemma, Sean Geddes, Evan Green, Jerry Harris, James Hart, Katerina Kloss, Rebecca Kraus, Reese Lawton, Jacob Mallon, Giacomo Mantovan, Austin Nakamura, Nico, Alexis Page, Camilo Peñalosa, Lucas Puranen, Nathaniel Zeev Stern, and Lauren Tucker. Last but not least, our vibe checker was... For transcripts and more, check out our website, roguemaker.space. You can
Go.
support ROGUEMAKER by rating and reviewing us on your podcatcher of choice. You can also follow @ROGUEMAKERPod on Twitter and Instagram, tell a friend about us, or buy us a coffee on ko-fi.com/ROGUEMAKER. That's ko-fi.com/ROGUEMAKER.
Go!
Now. Until next episode, take care of each other and stay safe out there. Stay tuned to hear trailers for other shows you'll love.
Obey, mother, to the voice of another. Widen your embrace or remain in disgrace. Obey, obey, mother, to the blood of a stranger.
Blood magic, voodoo magic, old gods, new gods, we've got it all. This is Desperado.
Hi, I'm Sammy, creator of Desperado, and here to talk to you about our show. Desperado takes place in a world almost like ours, if myth and witchcraft were alive and thriving. The story is told by 3 characters, each chosen by the god of death from their respective culture, Mexico, Japan, and Haiti, as their powers awaken. We have found families, demon hunting, great action sequences, and the consequences of hooking up with a warlock. If you'd like to know more about our show, you can listen to Desperado wherever you find your podcasts.
You've had this dream before.
You're walking into a forest of towering black pines. Above you the stars burn green, and yet you cannot shake the feeling that you're coming home. I am your nightmarish host, Nick, and once a week I welcome you to Hello from the Hallowoods, a broadcast that follows a diverse cast of characters, living and otherwise, trying to survive in the forest at the end of the world. Through a series of scattered scenes, I'll piece together a larger story, one that may change the course of your extinction or not. That remains to be seen. You can find Hello from the Hallowoods wherever you listen to podcasts, or at hellofromthehallowoods.com. And remember, wandering nightgawns cannot see you, but they can smell the smoke of a campfire.